Namaste, Namaskar, good afternoon. Mirindaru ella innaru. Fine? Mirindaru ella innaru. How are all of you? Not right? What's the right way? Mirandaru ella unnaru. Yes, I did. Good evening, everyone. My name is Preeti Jhangiani. And yes, I did do some Telugu films a couple of years back. But obviously, I didn't learn too much of it at that time. I wish I had. Today, it would be very useful. So it's been more than 25 years that I have been in the field of entertainment. And today, I'm standing before all of you, IIT Hyderabad. I think it gives me great pleasure, and it's a great honor to be standing here and speaking to all of you. I don't have a speech prepared. I didn't have any beginning and any ending and anything like that. So yeah, sorry, no rehearsals here. So no speech prepared, nothing, because I feel that life is the biggest teacher. When you actually go out there into the world and you start learning and you start doing a job, and that's when you actually learn and all your experiences actually teach you. My family is not connected to films at all. It was never a dream, never an ambition, nothing. Plus, all of us in cities like Mumbai, Hyderabad, I'm born and brought up in Mumbai, are very protected. We have everything we need. So there was no big dream or ambition to get anywhere and do anything. That fire was missing. I did my first Malayalam film, Madavil, just for a lark. I wanted to bunk college, have a good time, and we were shooting the film in Austria. But when I actually came on the sets of the film, that's when I realized how much hard work there is. For 60 days, we were there in Austria in the freezing cold. Not just the language barrier, I had to learn lines, and my director was very insistent that I actually mug the lines. And I say them, learn the meaning and say them. And it was very, very hard for me, being somebody who had not faced the camera at all. I had just done a few modeling assignments before that. I actually realized, and I learned from my co-stars, I learned from my director, and in the freezing cold, we were wearing a flimsy sari or a flimsy salwar suit, and if it was indoors, we had to wear big jackets. So everything I learned was that you have to do anything the job demands of you. That's what I learned in Madavil. Of course, after that, I did a couple of Telugu films. The first one was Tamru, which was huge success, and people enjoyed it, people liked it. But what did I learn from that? What did I see? Mr. Pawan Kalyan, he did every stunt himself. He was a young actor that time. He already was popular, he came from a big family. He didn't need to do anything to prove himself, but he did every stunt himself. Any shot that was not to anyone's liking, he asked even the spot boy, is it good, is it not good? And he redid that shot. That's where I also learned. Even Narsimha Naidu, there was a scene where I had to, where the heroine's role is she had to go rolling down the hill. It was like a stunt scene, and it was a very high hill. It was full of stones and rocks, and it was very dangerous when you look down. So they'd hired a small stunt girl to do the scene, to roll down in place of me. But that girl was very little, and she started crying. Say, I can't do this, I don't want to do this. I had to go ahead, step up and say, "Nahi, I will do this. It's not a problem, I'll do this." So in my half sari and everything, I have rolled down that hill and managed to get the shot. Fact remains, in any job, you can't say no. You have the whole unit waiting, you have hundreds of people waiting for you, you have a whole film to be made. There is no way that you can say no. So that is, I think, the first thing I learned, is that never say no. You cannot say no. Because it's a stake of an entire job, a lot of people depend on you when you actually say yes to a job. So you have to go out there and be able to do anything and say yes to everything. Don't say, I don't know. If you don't know, you have to go out there, find out. Today you have so many ways to find out. Google, research, ChatGPT, everything. You can find out anything and do it. And if you don't have the guts, get them. Courage, guts, that's required for anything. After that, of course, my first film, Mohabbatein. What can I say? It was like a training ground in cinema. For 8 months, from 6 a.m. in the morning, I'm not a trained dancer at all. I've done no Kathak, no Bharatnatyam, nothing. But my role in the film was of a very trained traditional Kathak dancer. So when she comes on to camera, is the gist I got by my director, Aditya Chopra. When she steps onto that terrace to start dancing, it should look like the dancer has arrived. Even the stance should be of a dancer. How does one achieve that with no training at all? So 8 months I trained under my Guruji for Kathak, Bharatnatyam, film dance, folk dance, and yeah, managed to do the scene. We had to work with stalwarts like Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, and so much to learn from them as well. As yet, I was still learning, absorbing, seeing everybody around me, how they work. In fact, there was a shot that I was not getting right. I wasn't able to, it is a part of this holy song actually. And finally, Mr. Shah Rukh Khan came to me and he said that, see, if you don't actually sing the song, the camera is going to catch it, because the camera catches every lie. It's exactly like that in life, let me tell you. Because if you're doing a job and you're not doing it with your heart, it's not going to work. And people are going to catch that. I actually sang the song. I've always been a bit conscious about my voice because it is always low. And in Hindi cinema, usually you have a sweet, soft voice for the main lead always. So I always was conscious. But that day, I actually got out there and I sang my line out loud. And the take was actually okayed. So yeah, lots. Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, he used to come on the set at 4 a.m. Even though his shot would be later, maybe 7, 8 a.m., he would be there, prepare himself, learn, absorb, know what he has to do, get into the character. So all of these things slowly taught me and took me through my entire film career. After that, yes, I was lucky enough to work with a lot of directors, Mr. Vikram Bhatt in Vavra Pagal Divana, Mr. J.P. Datta in LOC, Mr. Badar Bhandarkar. Later on also, of course, I did Tauro, which is the Rajasthani film which got me the Rajasthan International Film Festival Award. This was much later. And then, yes, Kafas is on right now on Sony Live. You guys can see that and judge for yourself how I may have grown as an actor. After all of that, the natural progression, of course, would be maybe to get into making films. So we started our own company, me along with my husband, Mr. Parveen Dabas. We started our own company to produce films and make films. I produced Sahi Dhande, Galat Bande, which received a lot of critical acclaim. It was showcased at the Indian Panorama as well, film festival. So, you know, films was a natural progression. But what we both were really keen to do was sport promotion. I've always been into sport in school, and we knew that when we wanted to get into a sport, you know, if I got into cricket, kabaddi, there's so many people already in it. There's so much money already in that sport. There's so much support already for that sport. It would make no difference to have one more person in the sport, which is why we got into the sport of arm wrestling. We call it a non-violent combat sport. It's almost like an entrepreneurship, or it was almost like starting all over again, although the amateur scene in India has been going on for more than 30 years, which means our athletes had been competing at an amateur level. They had been going for international competitions and everything for years. It's huge internationally. Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Thailand, Russia, everywhere, America, Australia. It's huge in all these countries. And our Indian athletes had been going there, but nobody knew anything. No one knew. So this was a sport that actually needed a stage. And with our professional league, we actually managed to provide them that stage. In its first season, we received 32 billion unique viewers saw this sport, which is more than any other league in its first season. It's a huge achievement for any season, for any sport. And our social media to date, we've crossed across our Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, we've crossed more than 1 billion views from our federation, our league, as well as all the other YouTube and Facebook channels that we have. So this means that people want to watch arm wrestling. It's a very, very exciting sport. Bachcha janta hai, panja kaise khelna hai. Everybody knows, right? Everyone knows how to play arm wrestling. Everyone's played it once in their life. It's easy to understand. You don't require any special table bat, any expensive equipment to play. Plus, it's a sport which is joined to our ethos. So that's why we call it Bharat Ka Khel. Our government is supporting indigenous sports majorly. And we are also making it a point. We are the only league in the world which has male, female, and specially abled all on the same stage. This inclusivity was something we wanted to do right from the very beginning in arm wrestling. And Panja is the only sport, arm wrestling is the only sport that does do that. So I think it's really nice. Now, we have managed to bring India on the global map. Everybody around the world wants to come to India for arm wrestling. We already hosted the Asian Cup. India already hosted the Asian Cup with me as president. And now, in May, in Delhi, we will be hosting the official Asian Arm Wrestling Championship, which is a huge achievement. It's more than 20 countries will be coming to participate in India. And they've realized that we can host like no other. That's right. I think every games that we've had has shown that. Now it's like every international tournament is like, let's come to India, let's go there, because we have shown them Atithi Devo Bhava. We have shown them that, and we've shown them that the way we can promote a sport, arm wrestling. Why, people always ask me, what is this switch from, this sweet, soft roles you're doing back into arm wrestling? It's such a, male-dominated world. And I say, why not? It is a huge achievement for me, and there are a lot of female officials that now we are bringing into the federation. And after being a part of the Asian Arm Wrestling Federation, to be appointed as vice president and to be appointed the first female vice president is a huge honor for me. And it's something I want to set a precedent for all women out there, that sports is not to be just a male-dominated. We need the female perspective. Just look at what we've done for para-arm wrestling. We held the first para-arm wrestling All India Open Para-Arm Wrestling Championship in Gwalior. Also opened the first ever arm wrestling academy in Gwalior, and it's a huge para-arm wrestling stadium that's been opened in Gwalior, and arm wrestling, the whole, India All Open Arm Wrestling was held there, which was a huge event, and very nice for all our para-arm wrestlers. Arm wrestling has now entered into the Youth Para-Asian Games also. So we are working very hard towards giving equal status, like I said, to male athletes, female athletes, and all our para-athletes. At the end of the day, anything that's unexplored requires huge dedication and persistence. So all of you guys who are thinking of starting your own business, starting your own entrepreneurship, whether in any field, the main thing is persistence, dedication. The person who succeeds is not the person who's the most good-looking or the most talented or has the best social skills. It's the person who persists. Persistence, dedication, is the only cheat code there is. There is no other cheat code. And I've seen that in every field or any startup or any entrepreneurship. You can keep trying, and there'll be more failures than there'll be successes. But when the success will be there, it'll be huge. And it is a fact. You have to dedicate yourself, and social media has made entrepreneurship out to be this very easy thing, ho jata hai, and you'll just make it big, but it's not. Any startup will require years of hard work, and you have to be ready in any field to put that hard work in. So, just to round everything off, I just want to, put a few, one of my favorite excerpts from the Bhagavad Gita. I asked the Lord, why does life keep breaking me again and again, even though I try again and again? And the Lord said, life does not break you, it shapes you. Every challenge that you get, every challenge is a test to strengthen you. Just like gold is refined by fire, your struggles refine you. So don't lose heart, stand up again, and remember, I give the biggest challenges to my greatest warriors. So always remember that, and that's the greatest lesson I think life can teach you. So thank you very much.